Well, hello there, I'm Emrys from cruisehive.com. Well, I hope you're all doing very well, and here we go with another cruise news update as more cruise ships resume operations and find out what's wrong with a Princess cruise ship and a cruise line with crew shortages. In this week's cruise update, find out what's going wrong with two cruise lines as Princess Cruises deals with propulsion issues with one of its ships and Cunard cancels guest bookings due to crew shortage problems. We've also got itinerary changes for two Carnival cruise ships, some good news from Holland America Line and further cancellations from Norwegian Cruise Line as a ship extends its absence from Northern Europe. Alright, we've got lots to get into, so let's get started. Let's start with some good news as two more Holland America cruise ships resumed operations this past week. The Oosterdam out of Venice in Italy and Zaandam out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Well, let's start with the Rotterdam-class Zaandam, which has welcomed guests aboard for its first sailing since the global pandemic shutdown began in March 2020. The first cruise, which set sail on May 12, 2022, is a 9-night one-way voyage from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Montreal, Canada, calling on various ports such as Boston, Massachusetts, Bar Harbor in Maine, and Sydney, Nova Scotia, before it arrives in Montreal, Quebec on May 21st. To commemorate the ship's return to service, Holland America Line held a special ribbon-cutting ceremony in the Port Everglades terminal to open embarkation. Well, now Zaandam will offer Canada and New England cruises between Boston and Montreal during the summer and early fall. The 9th ship in the Holland America Line fleet, MS Oosterdam, resumed service on Sunday, May 8th as she set sail from Venice. The ship is now sailing a 12-night itinerary with popular calls in Greece and Italy. This return to service voyage was marked with an enthusiastic ribbon-cutting ceremony attended by Oosterdam's captain and senior officers, with the ship's crew cheering the first guests to board. This is the beginning of the ship's Mediterranean season, which will include a variety of sailings with stunning ports in Spain, Turkey, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania, and more. Oosterdam will remain in the Mediterranean through early November 2022. Now only one ship remains to restart, the Vista-class Oosterdam, which will set sail June 12th from Seattle with 7-night sailings to Alaska. And if you were wondering about the Volendam cruise ship, Holland America Line and the city of Rotterdam in the Netherlands have extended its charter to house Ukrainian refugees through September 14th, 2022. In an email sent on May 10th, 2022, Carnival Cruise Line announced multiple changes to upcoming sailings for Carnival Breeze and Carnival Valor. More than 50 sailings aboard Carnival Breeze are affected as early as the May 28th, 2022 sailing and extending well into 2024. Fewer sailings of Carnival Valor are also impacted. The ports adjusted are all Mexican destinations as both ships are scheduled to be operating Western Caribbean sailings during the impacted dates. Various ports of call in Mexico are top destinations for cruises in that region. Well, for most of the Carnival Breeze itineraries, the overall route order is reversed, while import times for Progresso and Cozumel have been slightly changed. Similar changes have been made for 10 sailings of Carnival Valor, depending on the sailing. Costa Maya has been replaced with Progresso. Port times in Costa Maya have been adjusted, or port visit orders have been reversed. The Dream Class Carnival Breeze is sailing out of Galveston for these sailings, while the Conquest Class Carnival Valor is sailing from New Orleans. if you do need to know the specific itinerary changes, we've got you covered. Just head over to cruisehive.com and we've got a full article over there with all the details. Crown Princess, which has only resumed service this past week with her first cruise in more than 2 years, is experiencing ongoing engine issues that have required more itinerary changes and even port cancellations. This is in addition to changes that were announced a week before the sailing due to scheduled maintenance on one of the ship's diesel generators. On April 28th, guests had already been informed of the scheduled maintenance and advised that the call on Ketchikan needed to be cancelled, but a visit to Icy Strait Point was added to the itinerary. The call to Juneau was to be shortened by several hours, while the call on Skagway was to begin 1 hour earlier than originally planned. Now, with a second diesel generator requiring repairs, the itinerary has been adjusted even further. This is not good news for guests, of course, as both the calls in Juneau and the new visit to Icy Strait Point are cancelled. Ketchikan was added back onto the itinerary, and the visit times in both Skagway and Victoria had been shortened. Crown Princess set sail on this newly revised itinerary on Saturday, May 7th, and spent Sunday at sea and called in Ketchikan from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Monday. Wow, lots of changes for that vessel. While Princess Cruises has not made official announcements for further Crown Princess alterations, we are hearing that guests booked on upcoming sailings are also reporting similar itinerary changes later in May and into June. Sailings in August do not appear to be affected, other than the possibility of a slightly earlier departure from Seattle. Well, what do you think about all this? Are you impacted? We would love to know. Do let us know in the comments below. Ongoing travel difficulties across international borders are making it challenging for Cunard Line to fully staff its vessels, which often have some of the best guest-to-crew ratios for larger ships in the cruise industry. The difficulties are related to travel restrictions, which often include testing requirements, quarantine periods, and other health and safety protocols that can make it difficult for crew members traveling through multiple countries to join a ship. And yes, all ships in the Cunard fleet are impacted. In a communication with guests, the cruise line has stated, quote, "As you may have seen in the news, the wider impact of COVID-19 is affecting hospitality and is disrupting airlines, and as such, this is impacting the number of crew members we are able to get to our ships," end quote. Well, as a result, the British-based cruise line has said that it's limiting the number of guests sailing as it builds crew numbers back up. Thus far, the impacted sailings are reported to be during June and July 2022, though some sailings in August may also be impacted. While there has been no direct announcement about which guests, cabins or sailings are independently impacted, Cunard Line has been contacting guests directly if they are affected. Cunard Line is not the first to be affected by crew shortages. Of course, just 1 month ago, P&O Cruises cancelled 7 sailings of Arcadia just after the vessel officially re-entered service, citing crew availability. Well, this is definitely a growing issue for cruise lines trying to get the crew back to the ship, especially as guest capacity increases. Do let us know what you think about all this down in the comments below. And finally, we come to Norwegian Cruise Line, which has opted to extend the cancellation of its Baltic sailings and Russian ports of call through 2023. This impacts sailings aboard Norwegian Getaway, which may be remaining in the Caribbean instead. Guests booked aboard Norwegian Getaway with sailings from April 15th, 2023 through October 26, 2023 have been notified that their cruises have been cancelled. These cruises were scheduled as Northern Europe and Baltic sailings departing from Copenhagen. Well, ports of call on the affected sailings included destinations in Germany, Sweden, Finland, and of course St. Petersburg, Russia. Earlier this year, Norwegian Cruise Line was the first major cruise line to remove St. Petersburg from its 2022 itineraries. Now, these further cancellations effectively cancel the cruise line's calls aboard Norwegian Getaway to St. Petersburg through all of 2023. While NCL opted to keep Norwegian Getaway's Northern Europe sailings intact through mid-June this year, the ship is moving to Port Canaveral this summer to offer Caribbean sailings. The new summer cruises are 7-night sailings visiting Eastern Caribbean ports, including St. Thomas, San Juan, Puerto Plata, and of course NCL's private island destination in the Bahamas, Great Stirrup Cay. Well, it's all evolving very fast, lots of changes. Do keep an eye on things over on cruisehive.com. And that's your cruise news update. Thanks for your time indeed. We've got even more coverage over on the website. Of course, it was just another busy week in the cruise industry. We've got plenty of coverage over there, including Carnival Cruise Line breaking ground at its new port development on Grand Bahama Island. Princess Cruises detailing a new all-inclusive package. Norwegian Cruise Line releases a business update. Margaritaville at sea setting sail for the first time. The Godmother revealed for the new Celebrity Beyond cruise ship, and plenty more, of course. Thanks ever so much for your time. If you did find the video informative at all, then do feel free to like and subscribe to the Cruise Hive YouTube channel. All the best to you all. I'm Emrys from cruisehive.com, and I'll see you all soon.